I am here at Orlo Kitchen and Bar in Northport, New York, and we are going to be making some fabulous cocktails using Mozart Chocolate Liqueurs. Let's go behind the bar and meet Chris. Hi, Chris.
Hi,
How
Pat.
are you?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
I am great. I am here at Orlo Kitchen and Bar in Northport, New York, and we are going to be making some fabulous cocktails using Mozart Chocolate Liqueurs.
I've been in the business for about 20 years. I spent 10 years as a chef, and then I came to the front of house. And those years working in kitchens helped me a lot, developing flavors, working with cocktails, and incorporating great craft products like Mozart Chocolate Liqueur. First cocktail is going to be a white chocolate dessert martini. The body of it is going to be vodka. We're going to get some amaretto to give some nuttiness to the sweetness of the white chocolate. And we're going to finish it off with a little bit of cinnamon and then flambéed dried cinnamon at the end to finish. First ingredient we're going to be using today is our Mozart white chocolate liqueur. We're going to be doing an ounce of that in our cocktail. Next for the cocktail, we're going to be adding an ounce of vodka. Following, we're going to add some amaretto into the mix. Give it a little dessert flavor. Last but not least, we're going to add some of our house-made cinnamon syrup. We're going to double strain this so you have a nice clean experience and everything is smooth and homogeneous throughout. And we're going to add a little bit of cinnamon garnish, torched, to give it a little smoky finish. For our strawberry mint shortcake cocktail, we're going to be starting with our Mozart strawberry cream liqueur. To that, we're going to be adding vodka, a hazelnut liqueur, a mint liqueur, and a little bit of fresh mint shaken up. First, I'm going to take our strawberry liqueur. To that, we're going to be adding our vodka. Following that, we'll be adding a hazelnut liqueur, give it a little extra flavor, a little extra body, and then just a dash of a minty herbal liqueur to pair up with the sweetness of the strawberries. And lastly, just a touch of fresh mint. We have our coupe glass ready to go. And we're going to double strain it just to get some of the mint out of there. So there's a nice, clean cocktail waiting at the end. And lastly, we're going to garnish it with a little bit of fresh mint. For our chocolate coffee old fashioned, we're going to be using the Mozart chocolate coffee liqueur. To that, we're going to add a Kentucky straight bourbon. We're also going to be adding a touch of simple syrup just to lighten it up, sweeten it up. And lastly, we're going to be adding Angostura bitters and a cold brew liqueur just to bring up the coffee presence and the coffee flavor. Let's get started. First, we're going to take our Mozart coffee liqueur. It's very rich, so we don't want to overwhelm the cocktail. So we'll do half an ounce there. And then in classic old-fashioned style, we'll grab our bourbon and do a healthy 2-ounce pour. Following that, we're going to take our cold brew liqueur, just a splash, just to up the coffee flavor. And then just a touch of simple syrup, just like a morning coffee. Angostura bitters, just like an old-fashioned would have. And then we'll stir. To garnish, Be taking an orange twist because orange plays delightfully with coffee and chocolate. And we'll finish it off with a couple of espresso beans. Our next cocktail today is going to be with the Mozart Chocolate Cream Liqueur. We're doing a poolside cocktail, Summer in Paradise. It's going to be, again, our Mozart Cream Liqueur. And because it's summer, of course, we're going to be using rum. After that, we're going to add just a touch of vanilla simple that we make here at Arlo. An orange liqueur to give it that nice citrusy hit of summer. And lastly, just some orange bitters to add to the orange flavor already in the cocktail. And then we'll shake. Have our glass ready to go with our crushed ice. Just gonna strain the cocktail right over the top. Give it a stir. For the garnish, gonna keep going with the orange. And then just to finish it, we're gonna add a little cinnamon stick. Summer in Paradise. For our next cocktail, featuring the dark chocolate Mozart liqueur, we're gonna be making the chocolate Oaxacan. We're gonna take a trip down south, starting off with the dark chocolate liqueur. We're going to be doing a cocktail featuring mezcal, an amaro, and an ancho chili liqueur to bring a little spice and a little bit of mole flavor to the proceedings. First, we'll start with our Mozart dark chocolate. To that, we're going to add a nice smoky mezcal. Our sweetness is going to come from an amaro, just to give it a little hint of sweetness and some extra herbal and chocolate flavor. And lastly, to give it the spice that it needs, a little bit of an ancho chili liqueur. We'll strain this into our large rocks glass with our large cube chocolate Oaxacan. Being on Taste of New York is an absolute pleasure, and working with a liquor company that has such different, distinct profiles is so much fun as a bartender. As you saw today, we came up with 5 very, very different cocktails for 5 very, very different spirits, and it's been an absolute pleasure, and I look forward to using it in the future.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you.
This looks amazing, these cocktails. We've been coming to you from Arlo Kitchen and Bar here in Northport, and we've been with Chris Burke. He's the most fantastic mixologist. We're going to see you again, I hope, in the future.
Looking forward to it.
There are a variety of ways to enjoy Mozart Chocolate Liqueur. Apart from neat or on ice, one of the most delicious ways is in the form of an extraordinary chocolate cocktail, a Mozart Chocktail. For more info, visit mozartchocolateliqueur.com.